Alright. We have here the Redmi Watch 3, which was released last December of 2022. The watch has a size of 42.6 by 36.6 by 10 millimeters. And it weighs 37 grams. It is made up of plastic back and frame. We can see here that there is a Bluetooth call functionality here, just like my Amazfit GTR 2. The side of the box has the overview of the specs in different languages, or maybe just English and Chinese. And the bottom has a more detailed specifications, also in English and Chinese. Don't worry, I will not read that, but I will give you a pretty clear summary of the specs here. Let's open the box now. While I'm having a hard time opening the box, let me mention that Redmi Watch 3 is rated for 5 ATM, which means you can use it up to 50 meters underwater. Since you can answer a call from the watch while connected to your phone's Bluetooth, the watch comes with Bluetooth 5.2, a 2DP, an LE, and of course a built-in loudspeaker. It also has NFC and a built-in GPS that includes GLONASS, Galileo, BDS and QZSS. And here is the Redmi Watch 3 itself. Wow. Beautiful. Let's put that aside first and look inside the box. We have two compartments here on both sides. One is for the charging cable, which is a USB Type A, and the other side is the magnetic contact tips to charge the watch. Let's look at the other compartment. We have a very thick manual, which I will probably not read. Let's go to the Redmi Watch 3 now. It is so secured with plastic that Redmi might not want anyone to use it. Redmi is using their own proprietary OS for this watch. And it comes with all of the usual sensors like accelerometer, gyroscope, compass, heart rate and SpO2. The battery of Redmi Watch 3 is a 289 mAh non-removable lithium-ion. The display is a gorgeous 1.75-inch AMOLED screen with a 600 nits peak brightness and a resolution of 450 by 390 pixels, which is around 341 ppi density. It also features an always-on display. Oh my god. I already gone through all the specs before I was able to remove all these plastic covers. Redmi is not messing around with the watch's package security. Okay. Let's look closely at the watch. I really like the look of this watch. Even though the whole watch is made out of plastic, it looks very elegant. The strap also feels premium. It actually feels more premium than the stock strap of the Amazfit GTR 2, which costs almost 2,000 more. Even the bottom of the watch looks nice, with a Redmi logo and the imprinted certifications and a circular lining on the sensors. While the charging pins are at the bottom of the circle. At the right side, we have the one and only physical button of the watch. As you can see, there's nothing here on the bottom side, nothing in the left side, nothing on the top side either. Just a plain glossy chrome finish. As for the strap, it is not the standard watch strap hook. The strap is swappable, and there are many straps available online for the Redmi Watch 3. To remove or replace the strap, you just need to press this button here. Then pull out the strap. To put it back in, just slide it back in and push until you hear a snap. I like this strap style more as it does not rely on a spring bar hole, which on my GTR 2 was chipped off. And even though the watch itself is still functional, since you cannot insert a strap anymore, it makes it unusable. Luckily I found a solution for that and I made a video about it. I will pop up the video link in the screen in case you want to watch it. The same OLED screen of the Redmi Watch 3 looks really elegant. I know it might have copied the looks of an Apple Watch, but it does not make it less gorgeous. I am not a fan of the strap lock though. It is a clip-on style, but the problem here is, you need to clip on the strap first, before you can insert the strap to its partner strap. On other clip-on straps, you will insert it first, which makes the clipping on part a lot easier, since the strap is already secured in place. But for this clip-on style, the clipping on part comes first, so you need to do some finger and hand acrobatics to clip it on in place, before you can insert it securely. I hate this clip-on style, and I will definitely replace this with a traditional buckle strap. Okay. Let's turn on the Redmi Watch 3 now by pressing the side button for about 3 seconds, so we can set it up for the first time. It takes about 8 seconds to boot up. Then we will need to select the language, which is English of course. Let's press check. We will then need to scan this QR code from the phone that we want to connect with the Redmi Watch 3. Show options. Let's open the link. This will open the Mi Fitness app link, which is the companion app of the Redmi Watch 3. Let's install the app. Installation time will depend on your network and your phone speed. Let's open Mi Fitness app. Start. This will depend on you, but I suggest providing the app with all the access it needs for it to function properly. We will then need to create a Xiaomi account, or if you already have an existing account like me, you can just log into that account. There is a human verification and a two-factor authentication to proceed. Then we need to provide information like your birthday, sex, weight and height. We're now inside the app. To connect the watch to our phone, go to the Device tab. Then tap Add Device. Provide needed permissions again. Then you should be able to see the Redmi Watch 3, tap on it to connect. Pairing will start. Tap pair from the phone. Then the watch will also refresh to confirm the pairing. Tap the check from the watch. There we go. The phone and the watch have been paired now and data will automatically sync. We have some initial tips from the app here about navigations and function. Just click next. And we need to provide more access rights to the Mi Fitness app. At first setup, we usually have a firmware update and it is highly advisable to install these updates first before using the watch. It took about 15 minutes for me for the firmware update to finish. Just a note, this video has chapters. So if you already know parts of the video, or if you are more interested to a specific subject about the watch, feel free to jump into other chapters. Alright. From the watch, swiping left or right will loop you through your watch face and the widget pages, which you can also customize. Long tap on the watch face will let you select a different watch face. Just swipe left or right to choose, then tap on the watch face you want. You can also long tap on the widget so you can customize or delete them, but I would suggest doing the widget customization on the phone app as it is much easier there. I forgot to mention, on the watch face, when you see a gear icon below this watch face, it means you can select what date or style to display in the watch. When we tap that blue gear icon, the watch face properties will open. There's 2 dots below, which means we have 2 pages for this properties. The other is for the data. You can tap any element, then you can select what data to display on that element. For the style, you can swipe up or down to select from different styles. You can also do these things in the app. Just go to watch face section. There's a lot of watch face you can download here and it's all free. Select one, then apply it. And instantly, the watch face will be installed to your watch. Swiping down from the watch face will give you notifications. You can tap the notifications to view in whole. Swipe from left edge to right to go back. And you also have option to clear the notifications from here. Then swiping up from the watch face will give you the settings. We have the night mode settings here. Mute or unmute the speakers of the watch, toggle the wrist flick to wake, open the flashlight, which is basically just lighting up the whole screen. We have find phone function which will trigger the phone to sound an alarm when you tap search here. You can also toggle the cinema mode, which also automatically turns on night mode, and it is great when you are inside a cinema house. One unique function here is clearing water, where it uses vibration to clear out any water residue from the different holes of the watch. And lastly, the battery saver mode toggle. Now let's go to the settings. We have the watch face, which I already showed earlier. In the sound and vibration you can set the mode, vibration and volumes. In the display you can set the brightness level, screen sleep time, and toggle the other screen waking and sleeping modes like raise to wake, double tap to wake, and cover to sleep. Always on display settings is also here. You can schedule it and select the AOD display style. Other settings include toggles for do not disturb mode, night mode, and the auto detective workout. You can also set the layout of the apps as a grid or list. Personally, I prefer a list which includes labels for the app. We also have battery mode here and the PIN, which is basically a password to wake up the watch. And lastly then the system, which lets you turn off, reboot, reset or connect the watch to different phone. For the physical button, long pressing it for 2 seconds will bring up Alexa, which unfortunately is not available in the Philippine region yet. A single press will take you to the app list if you are on the watch face, or if you are on any other location, it will take you to home or the watch face page. Long pressing it for about 5 seconds will give you option to turn off or restart the watch. The Mi Fitness app basically has all the same watch settings as well, which I'll not go through anymore to give you time to learn and discover new things by yourself. The Redmi Watch 3 can be charged by the magnetic cable from the box. Just plug it into any USB-A power source. The magnetic charging pin will not stick to the watch if it is reversed, which is a nice safety feature. I usually charge the watch when it is down to 20% and it takes about an hour to fill it up to 100%. As for the battery consumption, on a normal usage for notifications, a couple of heart rate checks, couple of SpO2 checks per day, and no workout done, it consumes about 11 to 12% of battery life per day, which makes it last for 8.5 to 9 days before going dead. However, when use it for workout, a single 1-hour workout will consume 5%. So if you work out for 1 hour every day, that will be 16 to 17% per day, giving you about 6 days of battery life. Which is still very impressive. As mentioned earlier, there's a complete set of sensors on the Redmi Watch 2, but most of them, like the accelerometer, gyroscope and GPS, are usually utilized when doing a workout, and I will be discussing the workout in a separate chapter later. The compass of the watch is pretty fast. In my Amazfit GTR 2, it takes a long time to move around the watch before the compass calibrate. But here, you just need to hit the 4 red dots here and it's already loaded. It's quite accurate too. The SpO2 measurement is also fast and easier to use. In GTR 2, it takes a long time to measure, you have to be very still, and even then, it still sometimes cannot get proper measurement. But here in Redmi Watch 3, it's maybe twice or 3 times faster than GTR 2, and it is not as sensitive to movements. Then comparing the Redmi Watch 3's measurement to an actual oximeter, it only differs by 1 to 2%. For the heart rate, it is also a lot faster than GTR 2, and it is pretty much accurate to the point as my oximeter. As you can see here, they both went down to 59 beats per second. Then after a few seconds, they both read 58 bps. Redmi Watch 3 has a great and impressive sensors. Aside from the clearing water feature of the watch, there are other great and useful features here that I want to highlight. When connected to the phone, you can control the music playing from your phone on the watch. No need to take out your phone if you just want to play, pause or move to other tracks. I also love the feature of making the watch a remote control for your phone's camera shutter. This makes taking a group photo a lot easier. No need to set a timer on your phone's camera. No more stretched arm groupies or selfies. Just open the camera from your phone, stand back, pose, and tap the shutter button from your watch to take the picture. A really efficient way of maximizing the watch functionalities. And the last feature that I want to highlight is the capability of the watch to accept phone calls and actually do the conversation through the watch. Listen to the watch's speakers.
Hello?
Yes? Can I speak to Mr. Yes?
Hello?
Hello?
How are you today?
I'm fine. About you, David? About you, darling?
I'm good. Okay, bye.
Bye.
The speaker is not that loud, which is expected from a very small device like this. But considering that I am outside during the call and I can still hear the person on the other line is something to be impressed about. Now let's move to the Redmi Watch 3's workout performance. It is, after all, one of the main purposes of the watch. When starting a workout, the watch also starts to connect to the GPS. Unfortunately, it takes around 8 to 12 minutes for the watch to establish a GPS connection, which is really a pain and a long wait. Even if you are on an open field, this process takes a long time. The good thing though is, after the watch has established a GPS connection, the GPS signal remains strong, unless of course, if you went indoor or through a tunnel or cave. Comparing to my Amazfit GTR 2, the GTR 2 can establish a GPS connection faster, but it can easily lose the GPS when you run beside buildings or houses, which messes up your workout tracking. So, the lesser evil here for me is the Redmi Watch 3. I'd rather wait for a long time to start and then have a strong GPS signal all throughout the workout rather than having an intermittent GPS signal while working out. Redmi Watch 3 still wins in the GPS department. As usual, you can pause and resume workouts, and you can view GPS signal strength, heart rate, running time, average speed and distance from the watch while working out. You don't need to bring your phone while working out, since you can sync the workout data later on your phone's Mi Fitness app. From the app, you can view a lot more insights from your workout, like this data you're seeing here from my run. Because of the long waiting time for the GPS signal, I usually start the run even without the established GPS signal yet. And impressively, the watch is accurately able to map my location of where I started to run, even when there's no GPS yet that time. While working out, the watch also tracks your heart rate, the splits per kilometer, the cadence, and the stride. Basically everything that you need to know when working out. All the workout history are all well preserved too, of course. When comparing the GPS tracking against my phone's GPS, which I believe is a more accurate GPS, it has a difference of about 10 to 50 meters. Which I think is good. Comparing to my Amazfit GTR 2, this is way better. The GTR 2 can be off by up to 1 kilometer when the GPS go haywire, which already happened to me many times. I would say that overall, the Redmi Watch 3 is a big improvement to my Amazfit GTR 2 when it comes to workouts. It is lighter on the arm, the display is brighter, the watch is much faster on everything, the tracking is close to accurate, and the GPS signal, although slow to connect, is a lot more consistent once connected. Redmi Watch 3 is not the cheapest smartwatch out there, with a price tag of 5,000 Philippine pesos from the official Xiaomi store. But I must say that, for me, it is worth every penny. The design itself is already a plus. You would not even believe that it is made of plastic when you see it. It looks really elegant. The display is one of the best display for a watch that I've used. With 600 nits peak brightness, it is even brighter than other low-end cell phones, and then pair that with an AMOLED screen, you will definitely have a crisp screen even on direct sunlight. I also like the strap style, which gives the watch longevity and tons of options for colors and styling. The sensors are the best that you can expect from a smartwatch. The size is at the Goldilocks zone, not so big, but not too small either, just right. All the basic functionalities are here, along with a very useful other features. Aside from the stock strap clip-on style and the very slow establishing of GPS connection, I can't find any other fault on this watch. I've been using it for almost 5 weeks now, and I'm loving it. If you enjoy this video, give me a thumbs up. If it has helped you in any way, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Nilasuj for watching. Noba Air.